This second video on prompts has to do with a very powerful and very useful type prompt called a reference type prompt. This prompt, as explained in the video, allows you to not have to know the data you're pulling up, exactly all the possibilities. It doesn't allow for mistakes in typing and covers you for a multitude of sins. I hope you enjoy seeing something so powerful. In this video, we're going to look at reference type prompts. They basically are the same as the prompts I've already showed you. They link whatever is showing once the prompt is filled in, links back to the values in the queries. So let's just look at this one. Now, if you've been following along and you just pause the video and you're starting back up again with this new one, you want to save your work. For some reason, prompts are sensitive to whether the work has been saved, and so if you ever have trouble with the prompt freezing up, go up and save your worksheet, and usually with that it starts working fine. Okay, now since I have this populated here, I can actually come up here and double click up in the prompt range. I just double clicked anywhere up in here and it brings up opportunity to add. For some reason the first one has to be added going through the formal route, but once you've gone through that, then you can go through the informal route of double clicking in the prompt area. So we're going to add a prompt for business unit. So in our statements, our report here, we want to be able to use on all the business units we come in contact with. If we're an auditor, we may take this report to various clients, or we may be at an organization that has several business units. But in this case, the text prompt would work fine if we knew the name of the business unit. But we are going to, to show you how this works, we're going to go to a reference type prompt. Now these other prompts, I'll never have a video on them, the types, but date and so forth, I've never found them to be very useful. The the period prompt is conceivably useful in that it forces you to format it as a period, but usually people catch on to the format of the date, okay, so it's not that valuable. But a reference type prompt is very valuable. So all of the prompts I make are either text or reference. The value of a reference type prompt is that it pulls up all of the potential values to be used in it instead of having to be typed correctly. For example, suppose you want a report that is say giving you a statement of account. That is, you were making a statement of account here, and it's going to show a statement of account, and you wanted to have a report where you could just enter the account number in the prompt and it made the statement of account for that account. And the value of this would be making it a reference type prompt. Instead of having to know the account number, you could have all the account numbers presented to you. Okay, so we'll add this prompt, and so this is going to give us a listing of all of our business units to allow us to choose the one that we want our report for. Okay, and this will be a reference type prompt. So we'll go down here, and it looks very complicated, but it uses skills that we already know. We will leave this the same, and if you're really sharp, you would question why is ZAD needed here, but just trust me, this is going to work by leaving ZAD there. Now we're going to go down and do something that we haven't done before, because normally we've gone to ledger data. Well, ledger is where all of our transactions are, but actually this is not a transaction. The name of our business unit is not a transaction. Everything that is not transactions are called static data. And so we come down here, and static data, to say it again, is everything that's not transactions. And so we've gone to common static data, and we look down here for business unit, and we go okay. Okay. And we now open our business unit. Now this is giving us a chance to choose the one we want, But in this case, we want all of them to be presented to the user of the statement. And so we will select all. Okay, and so it looks pretty good. And the prompt, or what we're fishing for in this prompt, is the business unit. And so we've got that highlighted, and I double clicked it, and all of a sudden this appeared. Okay, so it's not appeared. I come down here, and this can be used as a prompt. And so it says set as a prompt item. So we've got to click that, and you can see it's populated down here. And the business unit is not a range, and like we had with the periods, and so we'll take that off to keep the Q&A from getting confused, thinking that we are feeding a range in the prompt. Okay, and so we'll click OK, and for this, and you can see that now it says business units. And for the sake of brevity, I'm not going to go through changing my fields down here. So instead of pointing to ZAD, they point up here to this business unit, just like we did with period. And so, but now, just so we're pretending that it's linked, we come up here and we hit this prompt here. There we go. You can, we'll leave that in and not edit it out. You can see the panes that I go through. And so now, instead of having to type in ZAD, remember it, or either I don't even know it. You know, I might be an auditor. I don't even know the name of their business units. And so now I can see, oh, I want to run this report on ZAD. And now it's changed it, so the reference type has gone to the database, pulled in all the possible solutions, or a range. I could have told a range there, just pulled in, you know, say all the payroll expenses or whatever range I want, and it's extracted from that. And this is sort of hokey because this business unit now has been changed, and we haven't linked it back to the prompt, and so we will do that in the next video.